Hello there and welcome to my channel Novice Modelling in a Midlife Crisis. My name is Andy and today for Tamiya on Thursday we're going to be looking at my German Steyr 1500A Kommandeurwagen headquarters staff with 7 figures, which is kit number 25149, and this is what's in the box kit review 263, which means we're about 1/3 the way through my stash. So we're going to start off with the history of the kit, and then we're going to have a look at the parts and the instructions and all the associated bits and bobs. So this kit actually originated in 1998 with a new tooling for kit number 35225, which was a standard Steyr personnel vehicle, not the Kommandeurwagen. The standard Kommandeurwagen, kit number 35235, was added in 1999. And that looks like that one. Then in 2006, kit number 89717 was introduced, which was the standard Steyr with a Italeri edition of a 7.5mm howitzer. In 2009, 35305 turned up, which was the standard Steyr with the Afrika Korps infantry at rest figures. And then in 2012 this one turned up, and as we can see this has got the ICM logo on here, as the 4 additional figures added to this were ICM figure set 35611. This one is kind of hard to get hold of, but if you wanted to do this you could just get that one, which is about £30 available on eBay, and add the ICM figure set to it, which is about £13 on eBay. So that's how you can make this up if you wanted to. So I'll have a look at the parts, and as per Tamiya's, they're pretty good, and this is obviously 1998 tooling, so they're better than some of the earlier versions. Certainly the figures are a bit better than some of the sort of 70s and 80s figures. So the first sprue we've got in front of us is this sort of sundry one, which as we can see comes with 4 butterfingers, which comes with 4 wheels, and as we can see they're quite nicely detailed with all the nuts and bolts and what have you. We've got some suspension springs, we've got the inner parts of the wheels to add, we've got a spare wheel, and we've got some hubcaps, or sorry, some hubs, whatever. We've got a jerry can with the correct German markings on it. Another spring, not too sure what these parts here are. We've got the, I think this is the driver figure. Yeah, this is the driver figure. We've got some optics. We've got an array of smaller parts here. We've got a couple of headlights. We have the front bumper, some gear sticks, a steering wheel, and we get the jack as well. So just have a look at the actual figure. There's his tunic, that's pretty decent, and there's his face. Get it the right way up, which is pretty reasonable also. So that's that sprue done. Moving on, this one is the chassis. Pretty standard looking. We have a commander figure, this is called, or he looks like a captain or a major maybe. And as we can see, he's pretty good. He's got an iron cross there. And there is his face, pretty reasonable. We've got various parts of the mechanicals for the engine, etc. We have the front mud guards, I suppose you could say. And here we have our exhaust system. We've got a bunch of other mechanicals here, steering racks and drive shafts, etc. That's that one done. This one is the main part of the body, I suppose you could say. So here we have the base, which has these raised gratings on them. I'm not exactly certain what those parts are. We can see we've got the hood raised, which has some variation to the canvas top, so it's not totally flat. That there is the boot, I believe. On this side we have the outer door skins, and here we have the inner door panels with some detail on them. This bit here being the bulkhead and windshield between the engine and the passenger compartment. There's something I would like to point out on this here. You can see this is the, what is this? This is the inner door card here. And when we go to the glaze section, we can see that the glaze section actually fits in quite nicely there. So there's not going to be any gluey excess getting all over the windows. So I think that's quite a nice touch, to be honest with you. And we can see here we've got some pedals already in place and the various attachment points for the seats and the gear sticks and etc, etc. So that all looks pretty good as well. This one here, we have the seats, which again show some fabric sort of variation. We've got another jerry can, possibly another piece of the exhaust. This is going to be the hood in the down position as it's featured on the box art. These look like more sort of door cards, or these are rear parts for the seats. As you can see, they've got some little pockets in them. There's our dashboard console display. This is going to be the general figure sitting in the rear. There's his head upside down. Hands look pretty good. He's got his flag pennants for the front. And that's about all we've got to see on that one. So you had a quick look at this one here. This is the glaze section with the windows that you can have up or down, I suppose. That's a rear view window, and that's going to be our windscreen. And here we have the bonnet. The bonnet has some mesh provided to stick in there, and on these side panels also. And this is the rear section where the boot goes. There's actually spare wheel on this one. On the standard Steyrs, the spare wheel is on the side of the vehicle. This one goes in the boot. And we have our decal sheet. A couple of Vermac options. And as we can see, 1999 Tamiya on this one. And then we move on to these ICM figures, which are 35611. So these are these 4 figures here. These look pretty decent as well. So as we can see, we've got 2 tunics there, all done up with badges and awards. We've got a female assistant, I suppose you could say, with a handbag. And that's our other minor officer figure. And we've got a briefcase for one of them, which you need to put together. So that's the extra figure set we get with it. So let's have a look at the instructions. Pretty standard Tamiya fare, all nicely laid out and easy to follow. So we've got the chassis here, sticking the engine in, section 1. Continuing on with the chassis here, sticking the drive shaft on, the exhaust system. Now moving on to 3, we're putting the wheels together and putting them on. Section 4, we're looking at the floor pan, construction of the rear boot area, putting in our pedals and sticks, and we put the boot section on. Spare wheel, as you can see, goes inside, and you have the option to have that open. There's obviously a little hanger which you can see there in the centre, or support. Here we're looking at the front hood, and as you can see, we put the bits of gauze in several sections. Put the bonnet on, assembly of seats, stick the seats in place, and then turn it upside down to attach the chassis to the body. And there we go, number 9, putting a variety of smaller parts onto the front, including the flags, the bumper and the headlights. A couple of jerry cans in holders to go on the rear. Section 9 is painting the Tamiya supplied figures, which are the ones which are sitting in the vehicle. Oh, sorry, the 2 that are sitting in the vehicle and one that's standing to the left hand side on the cover. And then we're going to put our doors and door cards together with our windows in if we do want them. That's on the opposite side. And then we got the option to have the roof up or down. Got a couple of painting options with this. We have an unknown division in the Ardennes, 1944, which I think is what the cover art depicts. We have 17th Army Commanding General Ruoff's vehicle, Russia, autumn 1942, which is a plain grey one, which I suppose is going to be this one here. And then we have a unknown division Eastern Front, which is grey with a whitewash overcoating. And that's the basic vehicle as it should look like, as provided originally. And then we get another instruction sheet here to go with the ICM figures, which gives us painting details for those, and a nice little sprue diagram. So there we go, that's kind of all we've got for that one. And we do have some colour side panels here, as we can see here, Ruoff's vehicle autumn 1942, and the front version. That's the full setup. And the Ardennes vehicle will look similar to that one, I should think. So price wise on these, you can pick this one up for around about 30 quid. This one is quite rare, you don't see it very often. And this one here, I mean, I think I paid about 35 for this, but these quite easily go for sort of 40 or 50 mark as well. So I mean, these figures are widely available. I've never actually seen these figures where they come from, but I'm guessing that maybe they are available. The standard Steyr vehicle, which is this sort of thing here, goes from anything from sort of 25 to 40, not including these figures. So they are, there's plenty, there are sets out there, but they are kind of not easy to find, and you'll probably end up finding yourself in a bit of a bidding war unless you're lucky. So I hope you enjoyed that little look at my Kommandeurwagen with ICM headquarters staff. So this was what's in the box 263. There will be a little box here shortly, which will give you access to all the other 135 what's in the box kit reviews on the playlist. So if you click in there, you can have a look at some of the other ones, and this one is actually in there as well. So thanks very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe, and as always, be seeing you.